Good morning, everybody. My name is Liz. I am one of the crafty queens. This is the Mold a Wood event hosted by Creative Crafting by Katie. I can't talk today, y'all. I can't talk today. It's because I'm in an event. I'm all nervous. Okay, so let's go ahead and refresh. I'm gonna pull up comments here, and then we're gonna get started. I've got a lot of information in my description if you need anything for the group or the website or whatnot. But let me see here. I hope everybody's having a good weekend. I hope you're enjoying the event. I'm super excited to try this out. Let's see. Okay, got that. Now I'm going to pull up some info and I'm going to give you guys the lowdown. And then hopefully I'll have time to do this at the end as well, so that if you're not here right this second, you can find out. Okay, let's see. All right. There's all that. Okay, so up after me today is going to be Terry with Bears Creations. And like I said, I'll try to do this at the end as well. That way, if you're not here right now, you still get the information. We are using a new product today. Well, new to me. Product today called Mold a Wood. It's called Mold a Wood. It comes like this here, and it comes in a sealed little plastic container and sealed in a bag. So that's how you'd want to store it. Okay, so what you do is, hello everybody, good morning. I'm just going to give you the lowdown real quick on our Mold a Wood, and then we'll get started with the project. Okay, and then hopefully I can do this at the end too. I'm hoping I have time. So what y'all do is you take a silicone mold, and I left one in here so we could do it together, and you don't prepare the mold with anything, and you place your Mold a Wood that I just showed you. You knead it until it gets, you know, malleable, is that the word? And then you press it in here, and then you scrape it off. This has to sit for 24 hours. So I did this part, but I'm going to go through it with you real quick. Then you scrape off the excess like so, right? And then you kind of press it down in there. Then you let it cure for 24 hours. And then you're able to pop it out, which we're going to do together here real quick. It's this easy, y'all. It's this easy. Ooh, sorry if you hear my, my belly growling. Okay, you're able to pop it out. Oh, hold on. I got a little white piece in here. I have this styrofoam up here and it's getting everywhere. Okay, so then you're able to pop it out and look at that pretty design, guys. And that's what the back will look like when you do it correctly. Now, the first time I did it, I scraped it and then I let it cure. I did not press it down after I scraped it. And here's the difference. This one was not pressed, this one was. So it's a little more crumbly, it's a little thinner. So you wanna make sure you're getting enough product in there and that you're pressing it down properly, okay? There we go. So let me see here. I'm going to read all the ins and outs, and then we'll get started on our project, and then I'll try to do this again at the end too. So the mold must cure for 24 hours. Time depends on thickness of the mold. Oh, it says 12 to 24 hours, y'all. Do not prep the mold before placing in it. So we covered that. It does leave a residue on your hands. So when you take it out of the package and you're messing around with it, your hands will get sandy, sticky type of a texture. Just use a baby wipe. It comes right off. Dawn dish soap and water, that'll work too. Let's see. Wash hands with, yep. Mold can be washed with soap and water as well, or you don't have to. I usually wash mine like once a year, so that's just what I do. Tub size is 8 ounces, and it's $24, and that includes shipping in the U.S. She does do some international shipping, so if y'all need the information on that, you're just going to message her, and it's Creative Crafting by Katie, okay? Let's see, product has a 6-month or more shelf life with proper storage in the plastic container with the zip bag in it. Wax paper gloves or finger protectors can be used to help keep the residue off your hands. Yep, I just use my hands. You know, we're crafters, we like to get messy. Recommended the silicone mold, yes. So I'll go through that again at the end as well, but I just wanted to kind of give you what we're getting into here so that as we play with it, you can see there's going to be a full day full of crafters, so make sure y'all join the group in my description, at least one of those groups if you're not already a part of them, so that you can follow along and see how to use it in different ways. That's what I'm excited about. I had a couple different projects in mind, and I am, oh, thank you, Beth. I appreciate that. Good morning, Miss Irma. And so one of them I'm still figuring out, so we're going to work on the other one today. But I still have some molded wood that I can use when I figure the other one out. Hello, Miss Barb. Good morning. Hello, Miss Katie. Adoria's here. I love that name. Hello, Jenny. Hello, Janae. Pammy's here. Pamela's here. Good morning. Miss Tina, Gloria, Cheryl. I hope everybody's having a good weekend. Oh, thank you, Miss Sharon. I appreciate that. Diane's here. Good morning. Miss Brenda's here. Hello, girl. Okay. Laugh, Love, Craft. Hello. Good morning. Ellen, Sherry. Hi, everybody. Okay, so we just showed you how to pop one out, right? And then I will go through that info again, so don't fret if you missed it. And other presenters will as well, okay, guys? Here's where my head's at with this project. You're gonna see a lot today of ways to kind of manipulate this and like pull it around and stuff. And I'm still working on the details of my project that's kind of like that. I did have this one in mind though too. So this is the one I'm gonna go with for today since I have it more figured out. Okay, we're gonna make us a textured pumpkin. Something like so. It's wonky because it was just hand drawn and cut out. But something like that, okay? So we're gonna paint it all up because this is paintable, and you can still manipulate it, like as far as bending it, even after it's cured and painted. So that's cool. We're gonna use some Titebond, do all the things. So I am going to first start by, I think first I need to place everything on. Okay, so we're gonna start there. And we have 45 minutes, y'all. It's gonna be, oh, thanks, Katie. I don't need to raise the back. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm glad you're traveling, Miss Denise. I hope you have a good time, girl. Thank you, Beth, for putting that in there for people. Where do you order the product? You order this, is it creativecraftingbykatie.com? Did I read that right earlier? I've been trying to say it over and over. Where do you, good morning. I just found y'all loving the product, Miss Sandy. You're gonna love it. It is really cool. I'm so happy that she reached out to us and asked if we wanted to do this because I hadn't heard of this yet, and so I'm catching up. So Miss Teresa, I do too. So we're gonna learn together. This is my first time actually utilizing it. I've made the molds. I told you my error. You want to put it in and press it down. Don't just leave it crumbly. Thank you for sprinkling, guys. So we're gonna do that today, and let me see what side I want to work with here. That one's got some. Okay, I think I'm gonna use this side here. All right, we're gonna glue some things down first. I'm gonna use Titebond. This is what I would typically use with, say, like a clay mold or anything that I'm putting on wood because I love it. So I'm gonna use that. Have you used it too, Miss Penny? And that's what we're gonna do. Now this is wonky and not symmetrical, so it's gonna look weird. Just go with it. Just go with it. Let's see. That's kind of what I love about it, you know? All right, let's see here. Now, if you get a little bit of hair or excess, right, whenever you pop your little mold out, guess what, guys? You can just cut it right off. I've done it. I've done it because I tried to get it as clean as I could before it cured, and if it doesn't, just trim her up. Okay. Hello, Miss Cynthia. All right, so let's put this on here first, okay, guys? Let's see. And I'm thinking we're gonna paint and use some wax today. Maybe some spackle. Okay, I wanted to use joint compound, but I might try spackle. And I'm just gonna put this under my stem. Like I said, it's not gonna be perfectly symmetrical, so I'm not even gonna stress about that part, okay? I'm just gonna put this on my spoon. And this does take, like, the Titebond takes probably a half hour to fully cure, but it'll start getting there for us, okay? All right, so then we're gonna put the, like a spacer, any sort of spacer that you have. I'm gonna try this, because this is what I see, but if it won't work, then we'll try something else. Okay, and now let me see here. I'm just kind of getting an idea. I think it will work. I think that'll be good. Yep, that'll be really good. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to use this as our spacer. I didn't know if I needed something more narrow or not. I'm using this here. Well, welcome, Miss Penny Girl. I'm glad you're here. New from Illinois. I'm in Ohio. We're kind of like neighbors. Hello, Debbie. Fun and Funky Crafts. How are you? So I'm going to use this Titebond gel. I'm going to use a Titebond. I'm going to use this as my little spacer. And I'm going to get that on there. And I'm going to clean up my mess. I'm not too stressed about the Titebond seeping out. I can just easily kind of wipe it back, and then we're going to be painting this anyway. So. Hello, Jean. How are you? Miss Sheila's here. Good morning, Miss Sheila. How are you? I love Miss Sheila's work, y'all. I love Miss Sheila's work. Okay. Let's see. I need a thicker one here. I'm going to make sure I got all the hairs off of this one. I'm going to trim it up a little bit. See, guys, look, it's just real, can you all see what I'm doing? It's just real easy to kind of trim if you get a little bit extra on there. I did that. Believe it or not, this is me trying to be clean about it. Ooh. But once I realized, I was like, oh no. And then I went to cut it, and it cuts really good. Really, really good. Okay, we're going to use that one. Just going to use this one. I'm just putting it in the middle. That way we don't have too much coming out the sides, but it'll hold it down really good for us. Hello, is it Mimi Creations by Chris? Hello. Let's see here. And I think I'm going to have to trim that right there. Yes, up next is Miss Terry with Bear's Creations. And I'm going to go through all that again, too, before we hop off of here, guys. Because it's kind of, you know, there's a lot of info. It's a new product, so you want to learn all the things you got to learn. So we'll do that again at the end, too. Okay. I'm going to kind of trim this right here because it starts to bend right there. It starts to curve, not bend. Okay. So let's leave that one alone. We're going to go to this side. Okay, and we're going to use this one. We just got some different pretty textures in there, that's all. Where do you order the product? Oh, thank you so much, Miss Penny. Creative Crafting by Katie. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Okay. CreativeCraftingByKatie.com. Okay. Put this in here. I'm being kind of liberal with it. Yeah, let's see here. If y'all hear the kids, I'm sorry. Listen, they're entertaining themselves right now. And so, you know, you might hear some kids playing or yelling, you know, all that stuff. This is going to be so pretty. I already have them on. Do you really, Miss Vicky? Testify, girl. Testify. I've done the molds. This is my first. I wanted to be, because I know there are a lot of people who have used it already. So I wanted to kind of do it together the first time, because if it's gonna if I can do it, you can do it. It's gonna be easy for me. Y'all can do it. I'm gonna trim this up a little bit. Oh, we have 2 birthday parties today, guys. Ooh, tomorrow I'm gonna have to share with you. Tomorrow there's something called the Backwoods Fest, and apparently I've never even heard of it, and apparently it happens every year. It's only like 40 minutes away from me, I want to say, and it is a ton of craft vendors. I'm so excited to go check it out. So we have a busy old weekend this weekend, but we're excited. Okay, let's see. And all the little fall places are opening up. My kids want to go to the patch. Okay, here we go. Now I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to hold this down for a sec. And it's kind of starting to curve here, so we're going to cut that off in just a second here. Yes, it is. This is Mold-A-Wood by Creative Crafting with Katie. And you can get it at CreativeCraftingWithKatie.com. And I want to say it was $24, and that includes shipping in the U.S., y'all. And if you're not in the U.S., just message her on Messenger. See if y'all can work something out, because she does some international shipping as well. Okay, so see here. Now let me let that cure just another second here. Okay. And see, I'm pressing this down and fooling around with it here, and it's keeping the mold shape and all of that good stuff because I let it cure for the full 24 hours. So I don't got to stress about none of that. Okay, I think it's good enough to at least set up and show you. So that's all, guys, that's all. See? Just got it right there. Then what we're gonna do is place a little. I think I am gonna do it because let me think about this. Yeah, I want to see what happens. I want to see what happens. Maybe we'll use this instead of spackle because, well, if I can get it out here, let me see. Because I want a joint compound because the consistency is a slight bit different. And I don't know if I have any more of this in here. Let me see. But if it don't work, I need one of those toothpaste things on this. Okay. Let's see if we can get it to work. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna put some of this here. I think I'm gonna put some of it there. We might ought to use spackle anyways. Cut this off a little bit more. Hold on, I got a lap craft. There we go. Gotta put our hip into it. Yeah, thank you, honey. Thank you. That's my honey in the comments, y'all helping me out. He's a general contractor, so he knows what the heck to do. Oh, thank you, Miss Lori. I appreciate that. Guys, if I miss your comments, because you know I'm missing some, right? I'm sorry about that. I'll go back and I'll look. I just want to try to do Miss Katie's product justice here and show y'all. So I will definitely go back and answer any questions and do all that too. Okay, now we're just going to throw this on like so. If you want it different, just do it different. But I think that'll add a little bit of something, and it's a little bit of effort, you know what I mean? Not too much effort. Oh my goodness, honey, can you hear those children? Thank you, Mimi. I appreciate that. I'll have to check you out, girl, because you know what? I don't think I heard of your page yet. Just when you think you know everything. Okay, let's see. Let's see here. I am going to do this for a second. Now, I want to get a thinner one here. I'm just using palette knives is what these are called. Okay, I'm going to get a little thinner one here. And I'm going to kind of, there we go. That way when I drag it, it kind of goes everywhere. And then I'll put a little here because I want some right there. Okay. And we'll worry about this in a second. We're not going to stress about it now. I got this styrofoam everywhere, y'all. I got it everywhere. Hello, Miss Jessica. How are you, girl? How you doing, girl? Okay. We're going to keep trucking. Hold on, I got rid of my napkin. Okay. And if I got time, after we go through the info again there at the end, I'll tell y'all what my other project was too, and then maybe it'll inspire you. Maybe y'all can make one too. Let's see. Just gonna kind of go through here, and now I like the broken up look that the doing this here gives it with the joint compound and the palette knife. So if you don't like that, you could do it differently for sure. Okay. All right, we'll do the same thing. We're almost done. Then we get to with her babe. Okay, honey. Guys, we have a busy weekend and my honey is not feeling great. And he's a napper. So he gets up for about 5 minutes on the weekend and he can't hang no more. Because he works his tushy off during the week, so he got to go. His turkey timer poppeth. And he's got, hello, Miss Natalie, how are you? So he's gonna lay down. Because we got 2 birthday parties today alone. And we still got a day tomorrow. 'Tis the season where everybody gets the sniffles, huh? Okay. And then I'm just going to drag it. Okay, 2 more. Miss Pat is here. Good morning. I must have missed her. Thank you, Miss Cynthia. I appreciate that, girl. I do appreciate that. Okay. I got some right there. I'm going to fiddle fart with that in just a second. I'm too short to have my palette knives way up there. I need to move those. There we go. I just took that right off the molded wood and it came right off, guys. See, we're learning together. We're learning together. And you get a lot in that little thing. It doesn't, you know, it's just this here. But I'll tell you what, once you push it down and get all the excess off, you get quite a bit. So I'm excited I have enough to do another project, at least one more. Okay, all right, last one. There she is. Hello, Miss Pat. I hope you're having a good weekend. Yes, Miss Cheryl, I hope this is gonna be fun. We're gonna give it a little dry here in a second. I don't even know what I'm using, y'all. Caulking. Did I call this joint compound? I was going to use joint compound. I have spackle, but I wanted this type of a consistency. So we're going with this. Just something. I just didn't want to leave that bland. And my first thought was chippy, because, you know, I'm me. And hello, Miss Patty. Oh, no, Miss Christine, I'm so sorry about that, girl. Okay, we'll check your new one out. But I didn't want all that wax on here interfering with the molded wood at all, or anything else I was trying to do. So I thought, how can we add the texture on top? And this is a daggone way to do it. Okay, now here. We're gonna go over here. Okay, now I'm gonna put a little bit. I really am going to go grab that daggone toothpaste holder in a second. And I'm going to use it for this. Because you could. Okay. There we go. A little bit more. There we go. Now I'm going to get some on the tip of that there. Just because I want to put it kind of close. Where there's a kind of a blank spot. Okay. Now, we have 45 minutes on here with y'all today, so if I do the sides, it'll be after this live, but just know that's an option for sure, or you could leave them smooth. I don't know yet what I'm going to do, but if I do them, it won't be on this live, but I did want to mention it in case people were thinking I'm crazy. I didn't forget about it, I just don't know how I'm going to do it yet, and I don't want to waste my time with that on this segment here. Okay. All right, I think we got it everywhere we want it, and then some. So this is what it looks like now. We're going to give it a quick dry, and then we're going to paint it, y'all. Tube of caulking. Yeah, this is, I think this, I don't know where this is from, but yeah, this is caulking too. I like it. I haven't used it in a long time, because I found joint compound, and I buy it in bulk. Like, okay, I don't buy it. My honey buys it in bulk. And then whatever he has left from jobs, I get. Lost connection for a bit. Yes, thank you, Miss Beth. I appreciate you helping her out. Okay, guys, while we're drying, let's go through some things about this molded wood, okay? First off, Miss Terry with Bear's Creation, she's up next. There's 2 group links in my description if y'all can join at least one of those groups so you can follow along if you're not a part of them already. So I'm going to go through that info one more time in case you weren't here at the very beginning and you want to know, okay? You've got to have this cure in the mold for 12 to 24 hours. It's going to depend on the thickness of the mold. You do not need to prep your mold at all, okay? You could just use the mold. You don't need to put cornstarch or baking soda or nothing in it. Periodically wipe your hands with a baby wipe or wet rag. Once you're done, just wash with soap and water. It's going to feel like sandy, gritty, gluey, you know, but we're crafters, we can handle it. What else? The mold can be washed with soap and water, but you don't need to. It's not required. The tub is 8 ounces. It's $24, and that includes shipping in the U.S. Now, she does a little bit of international shipping too. So if you are in an international and interested, just message her and she'll see what she can do. Let's see. Product has a 6-month shelf life with proper storage, and that's the plastic container with the Ziploc bag. Okay, y'all? You're going to store it properly so you can use it. Let's see. Wax paper, gloves, or finger protectors can be used to keep the residue off your hands. And a silicone mold is recommended. Okay? I just wanted to go through that again in case somebody missed it and is wondering any of those things. And so having a, do you really? That's, yes, having a hubby in construction is worth it. And I think the world of Katie, crafting with the Barn Star. Oh my goodness, that's awesome. This is my first time actually using it. I did the molds before because you have to let them cure. So I'm excited to have the opportunity to test this out with y'all and see. And I think it's very easy to use. I mean, you saw me pop it out real easy. What are we doing? We're painting, okay? All right, so we're gonna paint with sandstone, all right? It's kind of like mineral, but not exactly. And how we doing? How we doing? I might grab one of these here. I'm gonna grab me a palette knife here and a plate, and I'm gonna put me some paint here, and I might use a softer brush today so that I can get down in there real good. Okay, how we doing on time? How are we doing? You're from Missouri? Well, welcome. Thank you so much. 9:56. I don't know what time. I done lost my ever-loving mind, y'all. 9:30. Okay. So I think we have 20 minutes-ish. Now, remember, we're leaving the sides for after the live. So quit judging. Here we go. Okay. I'm going to have to switch brushes when I get to those molds, I think. But this is going over nicely on the joint compound. Joint compound takes a while to cure too. The heat helps it a little bit just so you could work with it on your projects. But like if I took a toothpick and wanted to draw pictures in it, I could right now. So I'm not trying to move it too much. Okay. Just gonna get it right on top of there. I'm missing, isn't it awesome? I'm going to catch you on. You too, Miss Patty. Thank you, girl. You have a good day. Okay. Now let's get up here too. Okay. I'm just trying to get in most of the places. I want this to be mostly covered, but it doesn't need to be full coverage for me, for what I'm going for. Okay, now let's see. I want to try to get, this might work. Let me try this and see. I'm gonna try something bigger. Good morning, Diane. You will love it. Oh, thank you, Miss Sheila. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Okay. Yes, welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome. And I am gonna go back and look through the comments. I'm trying to be respectful here and do this product justice. Why we have the 45 minutes that we have. So if I do miss you, I'm sorry, and I will definitely go back. Okay, need some more of this. We need some more of that. And here I thought I got too much out. I need to buy some more of that color. I tell you what, I love that color. let's try this again. That did pretty good. I think that is going to work actually. Now I'm using a chalk paint, so I might ought to water it down, but I didn't think about it till now. The way the pumpkin is turning. Thank you very much. You're new, well welcome. Is it Noni or Noani, or how do you pronounce that? That's a pretty cool different name. That's unique, I haven't seen that before. Welcome, welcome from Canada. Miss Pat's from Canada too. I am not too far, I'm in Ohio. Okay. Trying to think of what else I could tell y'all about this product here. Trying to do a good job, make sure you guys have all the info here. Okay. Now, I'm trying, like I said, I'm trying to get this mostly covered, but I'll be using wax, and my color of wax is actually brown, okay? So I'm not too stressed about turning the entire pumpkin or molded wood, this sand, what is it called? Sandstone color. I'm not too stressed about it because I know I'm gonna be using some brown wax anyhow. So, whatever you like. Okay. How are we doing? What's the difference between this and clays? So, one thing is that, and I'm pretty new to this product, so if y'all are experienced, please testify in the comments there, and I know Miss Katie's here too, but, so from what I can gather so far, is you can actually bend this. Now I chose today's project is flat, but I have another project, and I thought I said it right here, but like a half of a styrofoam ball, and you know, you can kind of go around it, or like a jar here, and you can kind of go around it. It will mold around like whatever you are creating. It will kind of go around that shape. Even after it's cured for the 24 hours, you can still, and I showed at the beginning too, that you can still kind of bend it and manipulate it, which a lot of the creators on today's event will be showing you as well. I happen to have a couple projects in mind, and this one is the one I have more figured out, so this is what I went with today, so it just happens to be flat. But it is kind of similar. You don't have to prepare your mold, your silicone mold at all, like I do with clay. I don't know if everybody does. But, so that's a difference. I'm trying to think, y'all. Means flexible. Yes, thank you. That's what I was trying to say. It will not crack. And it doesn't crack. It doesn't crack, y'all. And I even showed y'all my error at the beginning there where I didn't push it down real good the first time I did the mold. I just put it in there and trimmed off the excess and then didn't push it down in there good again. And I was so worried it would be crackly. No, it went on here just like the other ones. Let me get this dry. And it is paintable, and I think it will not crack after a security panel. And I think, Miss Katie, didn't I hear on one of your videos that it is even like bendable and like flexible even after you paint it? Because that's what I've been telling people, because I'm pretty sure I heard that. It is very easy to cut, yes. And if you, hold on, because I'm learning too, guys. This is my first time using it. I'm curious too. Glue back together. We can't do that with clay or resin base. Yeah. Good morning, Lucille. How are you? Yeah, I was able to easily cut any like errors that I had. You're doing good. Yes, Miss Teresa. I hope you feel better, girl. Praying for you. Okay. I think we're pretty good. So now what I'm going to do is, and I do think this would be beautiful with these on here and then laces in between, you guys. You can either Mod Podge them down. I think I would probably Mod Podge them down, or leave them to where they're only glued in the center so they have some frill. I think that would be really pretty. More than one way to do it. What was I grabbing here? This here. So I use possibilities on what you can create. Yes, I use the Behr Dark Antique Decorative Finishing Wax by Home Depot. This is just what I use, but I think any wax would probably look good with this type of a project. And I just usually put it on my, I have a brush dedicated to it. It's dedicated its life. And I usually just kind of tap off some excess in the lid there. If you need to grab a thing here, you can grab a thing here. Dry paper towel. Okay. And then we are gonna make sure this is fully dried here. And yeah, I think that's doing pretty good. You can attach this to any material. Yes. Yeah, and all you guys gotta do is use the adhesive that you would have used for that material. So if you're attaching it to glass, you're going to want to use something that adheres really well to glass, like maybe E6000 or something, right? If you're attaching it to wood, you're going to want to use, guys, I use this. Now, is this good for wood? I don't know. Yeah, you're going to want to use something that adheres really good to the material that you're attaching it to. You don't even have to worry. You don't need a special glue or anything like that. I'm going to put it heavier toward the bottom here because, you know, our pumpkin was sitting in the patch before it got fancy. Use the appropriate, yes. Hello, Miss Sandra Diddle. That's okay, girl. You're forgiven. You're forgiven this time. We'll let it slide. All right, let's see. And then I'm going to put a little bit here toward the top too. And then I do have a bow. Now, how are we doing? I think I have 10 minutes. So I do have a bow as well because I knew these were going to be kind of cut off here. So I was thinking, ooh, that'd be pretty with a little bow. All right, now I'm going to do lightly through here, and I'm just kind of, like no pressure. I'm just dragging this through so that it catches on the high points of our joint compound texture. And I'm doing a lot lighter here than I did at the bottom there. Okay. So no pressure at all. I don't care what it looks like I'm doing. I am not pushing hard. Okay. And then I'm going to take this and see, this is why I wasn't too worried about getting it fully covered, because you want some of the brightness and some of the brown. Okay. Sides will be done later, and then I'm going to take this here and lightly, because we're using things that haven't fully cured yet, right? Like our joint compound under there, it could move if I'm too rough. So I'm going to lightly just kind of blend that back. And it'll pull up any excess wax I have. What are you doing? Thank you, Miss Margaret. I want to get that bow on here because I think it'll just make it all come together. Okay, guys. Okay, now let me touch the tops of these two. Miss Katie, I don't want to run out of time and forget. Thank you so much for trusting me with your product and allowing me to be a part of today's event. And I appreciate that a lot. Okay. Okay, y'all see here? So look there. And y'all could do it different ways, okay? Thank you, Miss Margaret. Hello, Miss Patty. How are you, girl? Okay, I'm sweating to death. Okay, so let's see. We're going to get this here. Okay. And now, you know, just hold it. Let me see. I want to see what looks kind of good. And I don't know if I'm sold on the blue. Okay. We got some coffee stain cheesecloth and some, okay. All right. Now, I'm going to use a Bodabra. I take 2 tails and a loop. Okay, so here is my string of bow wire or twine or whatever I'm using to tie my bow off. I'm going to have 2 tails and a loop, okay? And I'm going to put that in here. And I'm going to set this to the side for a second here. And I am going to have, like I said, 2 tails and a loop here. This is like got a spring thing in it. I'm going to take some different little strips of fabric that I grabbed that I thought I might like. I don't like the dark blue jean. I'm not going to use that today. And I'm going to make this a little bow. And then we're going to do some greenery. And I don't know about the center, if we're going to do a flower or something else. But let's first get this on here. Hello, Miss Tony. I used Mold-A-Wood by Creative Crafting with Katie. And you can get that at creativecraftingwithkatie.com. And we went through some instructions as well, which I'll pull up here again in 1 second and try to go through. But there's a whole event today. Now I'm going to, you know, the awareness ribbons and how they go like this, okay? That is literally all I do when I make a bow. So I start out like this. I've got a tail, I've got a loop, and I'm going to make an awareness ribbon. Okay, see that? And I am going to continue to do that. So then I'm going to put my loop on this side and make an awareness ribbon on this side. And I'm just going to continue that process until I'm done with this strand of fabric or until I'm ready to trim it off. Okay, so I'm going to wait to trim, even though I really want to right now. I'm just going to wait. I'll be patient. So you get it there. Sometimes you can get more than 1 loop in and sometimes you can't. Okay, so awareness ribbon shape. And then I'll show you what the wand is too. So here's that. Now once you start kind of building it up, if you need help pushing it down, you just put your wand in there, teeter-totter, take it back up. Pushes it all down for you. Okay. How we doing? What do we have? Oh my gosh, I think we only have like 4 minutes. Okay, guys. Let me get this on here, and then this will be our bow. That's what we're going to use for our bow. You can make this as big or as little as you want it. Let's see here. Okay. And then I'm going to use my fabric skizzer so we're not here all day. And I'm going to do that. And I'm going to do that. And what I do is I take the 2 ends through the loop. I know there's more than one way to do this too. I just learned this and it's working well for me. And I pull that up. Bow wire is strong, y'all. Bow wire is strong. I pull that up. Okay. And then I pull it tighter again. Once I get off there, I push it to the back and I'm going to tie it twice. That is always a tongue twister. Oh, thank you, Miss Diane. I appreciate that. I like a little color here and there too, but I thought for today, I don't know why, it was just coming to me. This first started out being all oranges and yellows, and I was like, no, I'm not feeling that. Okay, now you could tie it around the neck of your pumpkin if you wanted to, but I'll be gluing mine. Okay, so you got yourself a little bow. And then we're going to bring this sucker buster back over here. We're going to put it on here. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and glue in the center. With a mess of glue. And I am going to glue it right there. I'm going to let that cool for a second. We got 2 minutes, y'all. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you. I will look at the sides and get those done too. I didn't want to run out of time. I didn't want to run like this. But we'll be looking at those too. Okay, y'all. So look here. So then we're gonna do some greenery back there. And I still gotta figure out something for the, it might be as simple as a button for the center, guys. I don't know yet. But we're gonna figure out something for the center. I have a white flower too that I grabbed. I don't know. We shall see. And I'm gonna get this on here. I'm gonna hold the little sucker buster up. And if you guys haven't already joined the groups in my description there, go ahead and join them so you can follow along with what everybody else does with their mold-a-wood today. And I can't wait to see it because I still have some left. I'm going to see if I can pick up any more tips or tricks before I do my next project. But I thought it was pretty simple and easy to figure out, guys. I thought it was pretty good. There we go. Can't be fooling around here. All right, y'all. This is basically what we're going to have. I'm going to fluff the bow, find a center for it. You can put a tag on it, whatever in the heck you want. But that's what we got. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate your comments. Now we'll go back through. Let's go check out Miss Terry at Bears Creations. And I appreciate it, Miss Katie. And we'll see y'all again next time. Bye, guys. Have a good one.